Hello there. Welcome to the 2017 Rulebook Highlights. Hey, you're probably thinking, rulebooks, that's just for coaches. There is an awful lot of detail in there, but there's some things that every rider and parent ought to know, so we're going to look at those really quick. First of all, of course, you do know where to find it, right? The website, www.utimtb.org. Go up to the Racing tab and select the 2017 Rulebook. Now that's going to open up a separate PDF document that will have the entire rulebook there, all 114 pages. Okay, so the first thing you need to know is that breaking rules carries consequences. These different consequences, yellow, orange, and red, carry different amounts of time. These times get added onto your race time for the day that it happened. If you do something bad enough, you get disqualified, so don't do that. Okay, so here's some things that you're going to need to know before the race begins. First of all, and you should already know this, respect the race crew, please, starting in the parking lot and all the way through. If you see a volunteer or someone wearing something that's kind of official looking, do what they say, please. Everybody wins. Thank you. Here's the next one. You need to walk your bike anywhere where it's crowded, especially in the pit zone. Don't ride your bike slowly or coast on your pedals. Just get off your bike and walk it. Also, if you have your leg over your bike, you need to have your helmet on and strapped up underneath your chin as though you were riding it for real. Okay, that's you, that's your family, that's anybody who's associated with your team. Any leg over a bike needs to have a helmet. So this sport, like any other, has a whole list of banned substances. You can find the details on usantidoping.org. The banned substance that you probably need to be the most aware of is caffeine. As you know, caffeine shows up everywhere in all the energy blocks and chews and bars and everything else. Be careful. You have to take responsibility for what's in the stuff that you're eating or drinking or whatever. Oh, and by the way, adults can have all they want, but kids, sorry. Okay, very last thing before the race, no camping out in the staging area. Okay, staging area, you're allowed to be there 15 minutes before the beginning of your wave, but no earlier than that. So don't do it. Thanks. Okay, let's talk about some things that you're going to need to know during the race. First one, obey the signs. They're there to keep you safe. If you go off the trail by accident, get back on the trail at the point where you left it. If you go off the trail on purpose, be prepared for a penalty. It is not okay. No cutting the course. Not okay. So here's one you have to think about. Any sort of assistance. That means anybody touching you, handing you anything, helping you with anything, whatever, outside of the feed zone, that counts as assistance, and that's a 5-minute penalty. So maybe that's a problem, but if you are horrible at changing tires, then maybe letting someone help you and taking a 5-minute penalty is a good trade. It's up to you. Think about it. So what do you do if you really break your bike? You are allowed to swap it out for another bike if you have one available, and it'll cost you a 10-minute consequence, but at least it keeps you in the race, so that's probably worth it. Okay, so passing rules are really important. If you do it right, it's awesome. If you do it wrong, it kind of messes it up for everybody. So if you're a slower rider being passed by a faster rider, don't block the trail, right? You got to make it possible for them to get around you. If your bike is broken and you're pushing it, stay off to the side of the trail. Now, if you're the faster rider doing the passing, there's some important things you got to know. Don't try to pass where it's not safe. We're not trying to knock anybody off of a cliff or into the bushes. Call out on your right or on your left, and if the rider in front isn't quite comfortable to let you pass just yet, then give them a second. They'll find a good spot. There's lots of good places to pass in every race course, so just be patient and you'll find a spot. Even if the path is narrow, if there's room on either side, you'll be able to get around safely. And definitely every race course is going to have wide spots where you can do a lot of passing. Make the most of these opportunities. Remember, there should be no contact between you and the other rider during a pass. Also, abusive behavior of any sort is a red offense and you will be disqualified. During a race, if the officials find a rider who is either injured or their bike is damaged, or both, or they've just simply run out of time, they may pull that rider and that rider will be given a DNF, did not finish, for that race. If race conditions become unsafe due to weather or any other circumstances, the officials may pull racers out of the race, and their placement will be according to the position that they were in at the time that they were pulled from the race. Well, so that's about it for our review today. If you want more details, download the rulebook on the league website and take a look. There is a lot of interesting information in there. And of course, if you have any questions, ask your coach. Thank you very much.